Hi. This is going to be probably really poor quality, but I was looking for a video to show my students about thumbnailing because they had a lot of questions about how to do thumbnails for their comic book. What the heck is it? Why do I have to do it? And I couldn't find any videos on YouTube, which would have been just a quick answer, so I thought I'd make a real quick and probably very poorly shot one. I don't even have a tripod, so this thing's like sitting on a stack of books. But anyway, let's just go ahead and see how to do this. So thumbnails, basically what they are is, if you think about it, when you're shooting a movie, what you need to have are storyboards to kind of show and map out what you're going to do in the film. Thumbnails for a comic book are pretty much exactly the same thing. I never really measured them before, but they are, I mean, they can be anywhere from 1 to 2 inches to these that I use are about 4-5 inches. Basically, it's just a small representation of your actual comic book page. So these are actual thumbnails that I did, and as you can see, they are not pretty at all. They are real rough. They're basically a step above scribbles, but you can kind of see, okay, here's a panel, here's some more of the panels, and it gives you a layout of what you're planning to draw. I'll show you a couple more of these. Don't want to bore you too long with this. There's no straight lines for the panels, it's just scribble, 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 scribble. And this is basically how I lay out all my pages for my comic books. This is actually a published book right now that you're looking at, the thumbnail version of Panda Days, I believe it was number 2. And so now what I thought I'd do is, I had some extra thumbnail pages here. If I can do this, I'm going to actually do some thumbnails right here, and I'm going to take an actual script. And I know if you're my students, or even if you're in my studio, some of my artists in my studio, you know that I make you type this all out on the computer. But that's just to keep you professional. The one I'm going to use is handwritten, but it still works. So, okay, now let's see if I can figure out a way to mount this camera somehow and draw at the same time. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Now, normally I don't work like this, but this is for a demonstration for you. So, critical thing we need to have. So, Mary untying Russell is going to probably be pretty big. So, because he's like, dun dun dun, saving him. So, we make our nice big panel. Dun 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 dun. We'll have Russell here. And I hope I'm not covering up the camera. And so Russell's here, and you look, ropes, he's all tied up. And then Mary is right behind him, untying him. And normally what I like to do is, if you're looking at your script, you want to make sure you're keeping an eye out of how many words are in the script. Because you want to make sure there's when they add the words in, that you have some kind of room to give them. Otherwise, they will not be shy and put the words right on top of your drawings. Or they'll yell at you and say, no, there's not enough room. Okay, second panel is close-up of Russell saying something. So we have close-up, shot, that's him, la la la. Now when you're drawing this for yourself, your thumbnails can be even more rougher and dirtier because you know what you're drawing. When you're drawing for a client, you still want to show them the basic layout, but try and, I guess, kind of clean it up a little bit so it's not just scribbles. Is this getting on paper or getting on film here? I hope so. Okay. Third panel, Mary blushes. So we'll have, since now we have a kind of a far out shot, I like to vary the panels. So this is a good way to make sure you're doing that. You're like, okay, we got a medium shot here, full body. Let's do a close-up shot, and now we'll do maybe a semi close-up shot. But you want to make sure when this is all part of the process of planning it out, you want to make sure that you're not repeating too much. You don't want to keep having the same distance on every one. You don't want to have faraway shots each time, but you also don't want to have close-up shots each time. You want to make it interesting for the reader, even though the story is probably just real interesting in itself. Okay, and there she is. And she's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Okay, so last panel, let's see, third panel, Mary blushes, and fourth panel, fourth panel, we're going to another scene, so we'll put a little box up here for where the caption would be, and it says announcer is announcing something, so let's just make it. So this is real rough. Of course, where's this thing? And as you can see, we've got different kind of angles. Well, not really angles. These are all kind of straight-on angles. So I may want to go back and vary the angles. Maybe have a bird's eye view. Maybe shooting straight up. But that's all up to you. So just try and make it interesting as possible. But that's basically how a thumbnail is done. And I know that was a little wordy. I'm going to edit this. And so go ahead and go through your script, thumbnail everything. Don't worry about it looking good or pretty. You just want to, basically, it's the layout that you're worried about. Okay. So, and send it in when you get a chance. Thanks. Bye. Okay, turn this off.